History books call it assassination at Carthage Jail. Survivors called it something else entirely. The shots came at dusk on June 27, 1844. Men on horseback circled the Brick County Jail in Carthage, Illinois. Inside, two brothers stood at a second-story window under the weight of county warrants and a town that wanted them dead. The greater threat was not the charges they faced, it was the crowd outside. If they survived the night, the Latter-day Saint movement might survive as a centralized American church. If they did not, everything would break. They were not ordinary men. Joseph Smith, founder of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, had turned a riverside settlement called Nauvoo into a block of codified power by 1844. He had been mayor of Nauvoo, commander of the Nauvoo Legion, and the prophet to thousands. His brother Hyrum had been his first counselor. The town sat on the Mississippi in Hancock County. Illinois in the 1840s was a state of rough justice, party newspapers, and mobs. Tensions had been building for years, land disputes, rival militias, and accusations of polygamy that split communities and families. In January 1844, William Law, a former counselor in Smith's leadership, broke with him and by June had helped publish the Nauvoo Expositor. The paper named names. The city council declared the press a public nuisance and on June 10, 1844, ordered it destroyed. That decision set the rest in motion. Within weeks, neighboring counties demanded legal answers. Governor Ford warned of men in arms and urged restraint. On June 24th, Joseph and Hyrum surrendered to county authorities in Carthage, reportedly in the belief that legal process would follow. They were held in the small two-story county jail. John Taylor, an apostle, and Willard Richards, a church clerk, kept vigil. Pressure from the press and local politicians escalated fast. Thomas C. Sharp, editor of the Warsaw Signal, published editorials that stoked outrage. Deputations of men rode to Carthage from towns like Warsaw and Rushville. According to court records and witness testimony collected afterward, the mob that formed on June 27th numbered in the dozens, possibly more. They were armed with pistols and muskets. John Taylor later testified about the cascade of noise. He described men firing through window slats. Hyrum Smith stood in the doorway and was hit first. He was found dead in the jail entryway. Joseph, on the second floor, was struck by multiple bullets. He reportedly climbed out of a window, fell to the ground, and was shot again. Witnesses later testified that he was shot while aided by his captor's neglect. Willard Richards and John Taylor were wounded. Taylor survived despite multiple gunshot wounds. But what investigators found next would change everything. The immediate aftermath was raw and theatrical. Men who had burst into the jail handed pistols to bystanders. Several of the mob members were later named in indictments: Mark Aldrich, William N. Grover, Thomas C. Sharp, Jacob C. Davis among them. According to county court records, a coroner's jury returned verdicts of murder. Yet, the state's legal machinery did not provide quick closure. The accused were arrested, but by late 1845, juries acquitted them. Witnesses offered conflicting statements. Some said they had acted in self-defense. Others later claimed they had been threatened to silence. Governor Ford would write later that the Illinois courts had failed to punish the killers, and historians still debate whether the balance of law tilted in favor of the mob. The effects rippled far far beyond Carthage. Within 2 years, under the leadership of Brigham Young, the bulk of the Latter-day Saints would begin a forced exodus west to the Salt Lake Valley. The murders fractured the church's structure and gave rise to the modern narrative of Mormon persecution that would be leveraged in politics and memory for generations. Nauvoo itself emptied. Families left farms and homes. Others who remained faced reprisals and legal harassment. There are details so strange they sound made up. Witnesses reported that after the shooting, parts of the jail door and the brass knocker were carried off as souvenirs. Newspapers printed letters from men who claimed credit. One assailant later ran for office and was not convicted. The dead prophet's body lay in state in a Nauvoo home as thousands filed past. Brigham Young, away on church business, learned of the killings by telegraph and later addressed the mourners with a single, steady phrase, "The Lord will provide." Several inquiries were held. Several trials were staged. The law failed to produce a verdict that satisfied survivors. The men who walked free were never universally forgiven. Carthage Jail stands today as brick and mortar, a small building that remembers the moment American violence found a prophet and broke a community. What is often called an assassination looks different when read from the ground. For those who lived through it, it was not politics alone. It was the end of a family's safety and the unraveling of a fragile peace. The bodies were carted back to Nauvoo, the city emptied. The promise of a new America turned in that one night into a question: who protects the unpopular when the county can be a courtroom and a jury a mob?